Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines. We are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines. We are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind.
Don't never let anybody take your belief in yourself away from you because they hurting inside. Don't you never let nobody do that. Always believe in who you are in the darkest moments, man. In the darkest moments, when you at that pain, when you at the bottom, know that you're gonna get back up. But you gotta believe it.
It took me 10 years to learn this, but I will teach it to you in 1 minute. 1, life waits for nobody. Get up every day and keep pushing through no matter what. 2, make sure you take good care of yourself. If something happens to you, the world will move on and you will fall behind. 3, if you don't work to build your dream life, someone will hire you to build theirs. 4, work in silence. Celebrate in private. People love to ruin things. 5, don't regret your past. Just learn from it and move on. 6, no one cares. Work harder to become better each day. 7, ignore advice from anyone who doesn't live the life you want to live. 8, rule over your emotions. A calm mind can handle any situation. 9, if you find someone better than you, don't hate. Ask them for advice and cooperate with them. 10, you're truly at peace with yourself when you mind your own business.
A man with no friends or a small circle. That's a man you don't mess with. He's learned the hard way. Quality over quantity. He doesn't need a crowd to feel powerful. His strength comes from within. While others chase approval, he walks alone by choice. He's seen the fake friends, the drama and the betrayal, and cut it all off. Now he stands in peace, untouchable. Confidence. He doesn't need your approval. He's already won the only battle that matters, the one with himself.
Shout out to you if you tuned in, man. If you tuned in, you are the resistance, you are the core. This is the Blac Pill Podcast. Yes, sir. Hey, man, we in the building, man. Hold on. My bad. We in the building, man. My bad. I came in here late, guys. But then I thought to myself, right? First off, I learned a lot about myself in the last 48 hours. Crazy shit. Hold on. Let me hit my sound.
But what the hell, boy?
Yeah. I learned a lot about myself in the last 48 hours. Will I tell you guys? I won't tell you. But I'll tell you in due time. Now's not the time to tell you. I'll tell you in due time. But yeah, I learned a lot about myself in these last 48 hours. What else? What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say, but we in the building, man. Shout out to the core. Shout out to all our supporters. I was going to say that, I said I'll be in here between 9 and 10. We're still trying to figure out what time we're doing the show. We'll see how this time works. But yeah, I'm thinking, and first off, it's 9 a.m. somewhere, right? It's 9 a.m. somewhere. But I'm thinking between 9 and 9:30. I don't know. Like I said, we'll do a morning show and an evening show. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm going to get that going soon. Y'all bear with me. But we in here every day, at least twice a day. You already know. If you know, you know. And if you don't, now you do. Yes, sir. And we got a good show for you guys today. So the main event for today is, let me see, when When is the guiding force of this show? The main event is Diddy's prosecutors are squaring off over his mental capacity to commit the crimes. So I put a poll in the chat and you guys answer the poll and tell us what you think in the comments. And the poll is Diddy mentally fit to stand trial? I'm assuming what they mean when they say his mental capacity is whether or not he's a little bit cuckoo, right?
But what the hell, boy?
That's what I'm assuming. But we'll discuss more of that in the main event, which is later on in the show, probably about 30-40 minutes in. We might do this show a little short today because I got other things I have to do. I got to go get this money. Y'all know what it is, man. If y'all like what we doing here, donations right there. Donate $1. $1 goes a long way. And if you can't donate $1, hit the like button, leave some comments, participate in the show. Anyways, let's get with it. Yes, sir. Let's get with it. All right, so let's see what's popping off on the net. I should have turned the AC on because it's hot now. But shout out to Durk, yo. So a judge has agreed to hear Lil Durk's new bond request on May 8th in LA. Shout out to Durk, yo. Yeah. Shout out to Durk, yo. Play square, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a square. Nothing wrong with being a square. His team plans to present a proposed bail package, including $1 million in cash, $900,000 in real estate, $150,000 from an associate, 24/7 armed security, and electronic monitoring to show that he's not a flight risk. Damn, Ninja. Yeah. Yeah. My bad, something was wrong with the program. Yeah, guys, that's why I try to tell you, bro, play a square because you don't want to have to deal with all this bullshit. Stay away from the law, ladies and gentlemen. Stay away from the law if applicable. Follow the law, but stay away from the law. You don't want to get caught up because then you got to go through some bullshit like that. Let me see. They said Sydney Sweeney spotted at Stagecoach with actor Brandon Skelnar. I don't know who they are, but Sydney Sweeney sounds so familiar. So shout out to her. Yeah. Yeah. Good for her. Let me see what else. Rachel Lindsay, blah, blah, blah. Wait, what? Let me see. Sold up 500 clouds and blah, blah, blah. Shout out to Brian Abasolo for finalizing his divorce with Rachel Lindsay. Rachel agreed to pay Brian a total of $500,000 in cash, plus he keeps their Miami condo. Shout out to him. That's nothing, though. That's nothing, though. Shout out to him. Men getting money now from divorces, too. Oh, I wanted to show you guys some things. I wonder if I have it. Let me see if I'll show it to you. Let's go to an Adam experience. Let me see. Yeah, you know, Ninja trying to sell these beats in the DMs, boy. Y'all know what it is.
Boy, what the hell, boy?
What's good, Twan? What's up, Twan? We got Twan in the building. I wanted to show y'all something. I'm going to show y'all something. Hold up. We in the building, man. Let me see if I can pull it up. Is this it? Nope. Everybody crazy when that book hit him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Hey, everybody, look. Nothing wrong with playing square, guys. It's okay to play square. Nothing wrong with playing square. Nothing wrong with playing square. Ain't no need to be a thug. Ain't no need to go to jail. Bro, like I said, stay out the streets. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up some stuff. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it, but it was important. Oh well, we'll just start backwards like we normally do. All right, so first off, shout out to the NBA. We got the NBA considering the United States of America versus the world format for an all-star game. So that'll be interesting. But Adam Silver said Monday that the league is having discussions with the NBA Players Association and broadcast partner NBC over replacing the all-star game's current format with an international competition next season. Brian Spurrell, the NBA's president of league operations, told the Associated Press that the NBA is mulling over formats that lean into the idea of international play, to some extent learning a little bit of the idea of the United States versus the rest of the world. So that seems cool. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That seems cool. Let me think. What was I going to tell you guys? Hey, man, when it comes to the NBA, I told you, the NBA is not a dying sport. It's an evolved sport from when it was first created. Like in its inception, it's very different now. Even since I stopped playing, and that's like maybe a couple years ago. Yeah, the shit changed, bro. Like I said, because they started to turn it into they started to turn it into a what kind of sport? They kind of turned it into a rich man sport. And it's the whole thing with like tickets cost too much if you want to sit up close, food, everything. Like the people they all just bleeding you. You like if you go to an NBA game, you're gonna spend like $200 to $300. Okay, that's the reality of the situation. Now, if you got it like that to where you save the money and you can spend it, okay, cool. But if you don't got the money, you know it's a hard thing. And I mean, I'll watch, but maybe I'll watch on my spare time. But other than that, I haven't been watching. I've seen some clips. You know, social media works in a way now to where you can see clips of the game. So I go on social media and I'll see clips of the game. And I mean, the games are cool, but the All-Star game has lost the allure that it used to have. Like when I was a youngin', it was the coolest thing in the world. East versus West and all this shootout contests and everything. Now, yeah, bro. Now, I mean, you know, it is what it is, but they kind of ruined it because they kind of, you know, they don't take it serious. The players, shout out to the players, because, you know, they get their panties in the wall when you talk about it. But, yeah, they don't take it serious, so that's where it kind of lost the allure. Maybe the kids enjoy it, but, like, older people, like, it's like, you know, they just throwing the ball in the hoop, bro. They just throwing it up. They don't really care. They're not playing defense. I don't know. But, hey, shout out to them, though. We got some other news for you guys as well. Airbnb will now show you the full price of a stay, including fees and taxes up front. What the hell? What does it say?
But what the hell, boy?
Ninja can't see. I can't see today. Ninja might have to put on his glasses. I might have to put on my glasses. Oh, it says prices include all fees. So yeah, Airbnb will now show the full price for a stay by default, so you know exactly what you'll be paying for up front. Biden era rule goes into effect next month. I don't know why people type weird. That's cool. But yeah, Twan said everybody crazy when that book hit him. Hey, bro, it's the easiest way out of the situation. That's why I tell you guys, play square. It's the best thing you can do. But when it comes to Diddy, you know, I don't know, because the way it's looking, and we're gonna get to that in the main event. But the way it's looking, it's like they're going based off of the assumption, and I mean, it's a good defense. It's a good defense. They're going off the assumption that, hey, if he was participating in using all these drugs, right? If he's using all these drugs, this ninja's a Looney Tune. His brain is practically, I wouldn't say not developed, but we'll say like either it shrank or it's not. His brain waves aren't the same. Because, you know, when you do drugs, ladies and gentlemen, when you do drugs long enough, it messes with your brain. That's why you got to be mindful what drugs you do. Your brain can recuperate, but after a certain age, your brain doesn't recuperate the same. It's like when you get older, you know, you get cuts. Like, look, I had cut myself with a knife the other day. Not on no weird stuff. I'm saying, like, I know ninjas out here cutting themselves. Nah, I ain't cutting myself. I had cut myself with a knife the other day when I was cutting something. And I sliced, no, not with a knife. I actually, I was eating, yeah, this gonna sound fat. It's gonna sound fat. But I was eating mussels, and I was trying to open a mussel, and then it sliced me when I opened the mussel. I should have just broke it with the spoon. But it was in the shell. You know, I tried to open it with my hand, sliced and diced me. Ugh. It was disgusting. But yeah, when it sliced and diced me, that's probably a while back. I mean, I healed, but like I have this scar now. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but I got this scar. So I mean, yeah, it's just a coming of age thing too. But we'll get more into that towards the main event. Let's see what else. Next thing, we have the Trump administration. Shout out to President DJT. Yeah, this one got me cooked, guys. I ain't gonna lie. I got student loan debt. It's crazy out here in these streets. And I'm up to here, bro. Y'all gotta start donating, bro. I ain't got the bread. Y'all gotta donate, bro. $1 goes a long way, bro. But starting May 5th, 2025, the Trump administration will resume collections on defaulted or past due federal student loans, ending a pause in place since March 2020. Ninja. President Trump, do you watch the show? Do your associates watch the show? Now look, my ninja, or my winja in this case, shout out to my white brothers and sisters, right? President Trump, we supporting you on this show, but damn, ninja, damn, I ain't got that money, bro. I ain't got that money. I'm setting my payment to the lowest possible payment until I build the bread up, and then I'll pay it off in one lump sum. And that's what I suggest everybody does as well. That's it, bro. I'm up to here in bills, bro. Especially with no job, I'm up to here in bills, okay? This is, you know, I'm above water. I'm not below water, but basically I can't breathe with these bills. So anyways, Let's see what it says. So the government will use the Treasury offset program to withhold tax refunds and up to 15% of Social Security benefits. I already got my tax refund, so I mean, I'm just like, I don't know what to do. With wage garnishments expected later this summer after a 30-day notice. Roughly 5.6 million borrowers are in default. The Education Department will launch a communication campaign to guide borrowers towards repayment options like income-driven plans or loan rehabilitation. We're going to have to do one of those for BA, bro. We're going to have to do one of those for BA, bro. I ain't got it, dog. I ain't going to talk like I got it, bro. I ain't got it, bro. I ain't got it. All right. So, yeah, like I said, man, y'all handle y'all student loans, bro. I'm sitting here like, man, I don't even know why I turned around and went to school, bro. I ain't even using my degree, bro. I ain't even using my degree, bro. But hey, man, I mean, it is what it is. You know, you live and you learn. I was supposed to be a lawyer. I just couldn't do 4 more years. Some people could have did it. Shout out to some of the people I went to school with. You know, they got their law degrees and they're doing pretty well. They're doing pretty well. I couldn't go into that kind of debt, bro. I'm sorry. This little debt that I have now is already a pain in my ass a little bit, but I mean, it's only a pain because I don't have a job. If I had a job, it wouldn't be as much of a pain. But still, it's like I said, bro, I'm not interested in I couldn't go into that kind of debt trying to be a lawyer because I didn't have scholarships. I wasn't gonna have scholarships. I was gonna have to pay out of pocket straight loans. Couldn't do it, bro. Maybe the smartest decision of my life, maybe not. I don't know yet. We'll see. To be continued. But we have some other stuff for you. ChatGPT suddenly starts speaking in a terrifying demonic voice mode. Let's see what's going on here. Hold up. We gotta hit that alien button. I'ma find a new sound effect for the alien. I don't know what sound effect to use. And do you guys peep my mic? You see how my mic's giving off that color? Isn't that fire? Isn't that fire? Yeah. Crazy thing is, that's not the mic though. That's the light reflecting off the mic. That's fire though. I just seen it myself. All right, so here goes ChatGPT. Here we go. 1 second.
Is roughly 1 million megabits, 125 times 8,000. Now, if your download speed is 40 megabits per second, we can find the time by dividing the total amount of data by the speed. So 1 million megabits divided by 40 megabits per second is about 25,000 seconds. To get a more intuitive number, let's convert 25,000 seconds into hours. There are 3,600 seconds in an hour.
Hey, so look, shout out to the teachers. Shout out to the teachers. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Where AI will come take all our jobs. Did you hear how, I'm going to say scientific for lack of a better term, right? But did you hear how lit that sounded? Whatever that robot just said, that AI robot, whatever you want to call it, piece of technology, if you will, that technology made you feel like that robot knew what it was talking about. And I don't even know what he said or she said. I'm guessing it's a she, but robots aren't supposed to have a gender. But like I said, did y'all hear that? Here we go.
So 25,000 divided by 3,600 is roughly 6.9 hours. So it would take about 7 hours to download that 125 gigabyte file at 40 megabits per second.
But what the hell, boy?
Fuck was that? All right, let's continue.
Wait, it's a prank.
I was terrified.
Just
But what the hell, boy?
no worries, it's only good to double check.
But what the hell, boy?
Holy fuck.
125.
Do y'all still think this robot shit is funny? Huh? Do y'all still think it's funny? That was rather uncomfortable for me. I don't know about you guys. Anyways, we're going to continue. We have something else to show you. Like I said, people are finally starting to wake up to these robots. So shout out to this content creator right here, Dan. He says there is no reasons for robots to be shaped like human. Shout out to Twan. Twan said, is this demonic or schizophrenic, bruh? I don't know, bruh. I don't know. Look, like I remember, guys, when y'all hear me do this show, like even when y'all see me freeze, bro, sometimes when I'm talking, I'll just be like, damn, I forgot what I said. Y'all gotta know, bro, this show's off the top of the dome, bro. I don't watch the whole videos. Like, think about it. I don't have the time to sit there and watch the whole video and then go send it. I just send it, so I don't even know what to believe, bro. That shit sounded cuckoo. That shit sounded uncomfortable. That's why I had to hit that sound. You gotta hit that sound. So I don't even know. Either way, that was a little weird. I'm guessing that it was probably I'm guessing it was an unexpected error. You know, they be talking about unexpected errors. I'm assuming that's an unexpected error that happened, but that was very weird. And it's just interesting that they caught it at the right time to record it. So I don't know. But like I said, we got this dude right here saying there's no reason for robots to be shaped like humans. And I'm bringing this dude here. I don't know who he is. I don't follow him. Like I said, guys, you know, I don't watch these videos, but I'm bringing it here because he's going to reinforce a point of what I said. And, you know, like I said, I don't watch the videos. I might watch like the first 10 seconds. That's it. And I'm like, all right, this gonna go in the show. This gonna go in the show. And like I said, if y'all want to too, y'all can send me videos, bro. Send them to the Adam Effect. And Adam Experience is the Adam Effect. I'm supposed to make this bigger in the future. As you can see, this is it. Yep, they finally waking up to robot-shaped humans, bro. But yeah, y'all can send videos here to the Adam Effect. I'm gonna make this bigger in the future. I just don't have the time because I got like 20 accounts. It's too much work. I can't keep up with everything. But in the future, y'all can send stuff there. So yeah, he's gonna discuss the main thing that I've been reinforcing to you guys since we started content creation. And now you're gonna see why I'm building up the core. Here we go. Watch this.
There is no reason for robots to be shaped like humans. This is everything that's wrong with technology in a single product. I mean, the foundational principle of good design is form follows function.
Boom. I'm gonna stop it right there. So look, y'all. So look, he said the financial principle, or he said the founding principle of design, whatever he said, is that form follows function. So we create stuff in a way to where we create stuff in a way to where it's supposed to do something, right? Like, for example, form follows function. This cup is shaped in a way where it can hold liquid for me to drink out of it. So we design stuff to have a specific, you know, like thing that it does to help the human race or whatever, right? So when we're designing robots now, essentially what we have to understand is the idea is now that the robots are going to replace us. Like, instead of us using our hands to drink water, right? To drink water with our hands, we created a cup so we didn't have to do that. And the cup replaced us doing this. So when you look at robots, what are robots expected to do? Here we go.
The shape of something should be dictated by what it's meant to do. A spoon is shaped like a spoon because it's meant to hold liquid.
See what I'm saying?
A spoon is a good complement to a hand because it can do things a hand can't do on its own. A robot hand is not better than a spoon. That is form mimicking form, not function. It's complexity for its own sake. I mean, just think, if humans struggle to do certain tasks, why would you replace them with something that's shaped like a human? You're building in all of these same vulnerabilities. I mean, for most things, wheels are...
Now look, he made a good point, but what he fails to realize is, for example, monkeys are shaped like humans, but monkeys are monkeys and humans are humans. So you can build a robot like a human to replace a human. It doesn't mean that that robot's going to have the same vulnerabilities. The best example, art imitates life, I'm going to give you guys, is Iron Man. So Iron Man was built, the suit is built like a human to follow the functions of a human and help a human be more advanced. But the suit's not human. But like I said, you can turn around and make the suit better than a human. So they're using that. They're looking at Iron Man and thinking the same thing. We create these AIs that are like humans. Now everybody's looking at these AIs like, oh man, these AIs won't be able to do what we do. They had the same vulnerabilities. No, because the AIs, first off, is metal. What are we talking about? This shit is metal. This shit's not, like, for example, you can hit the AI can hit you, the AI will be able to hit harder than you, because now this is where these specific humans that we're creating are going to be designed to do specific functions. And that's where he loses the argument, or, you know, that's where he loses track of the main idea of them doing whatever they do. Shout out to Twan. He said they just now realizing that they're trying to be God. Yeah, bro, we're cooked, bro. We're cooked. We're cooked. And I've been trying to tell y'all, but it's all good. It's all good. Like I said, we're cooked, but people are deaf, dumb, and blind. People not paying attention. And it's just, we got too much shit. Like, even me, I don't have anything, but my bills alone be fucking me in the ass. Big pause. That sounded nasty. But you know what I mean. Them bills be getting to you, bro. Them bills be getting to you. And when them bills get to you, bro, it's just, You don't have the time, and then people got kids. So that's why I understand people be on 10 all the time and always be trying not to lash out because they got kids. You got the dog. You got to make sure your kids are on schedule. You got to make sure you're on schedule. That's why it's the whole thing. And that's why I'm always like, bro, until I get my life together, shout out to Black Madam. But until we get this life together and shit, we ain't finna drop no babies. No babies, no babies, no baby. We got to have money coming in, consistent money flowing, all that business is set up. All right. There you go. Because it just doesn't make sense, bro. It's not sustainable. And by then, I'm thinking, exactly, arm up and farm up. Shout out to Twan. By then, by the time them robots come, I mean, you already know. Everybody's strapped. We not strapped, but we're squares. But we protect ourselves. But yeah, by the time them robots come, for real, people are going to finally wake up when they start seeing them in front of them. And I've shown you guys already. Robots are now citizens in China, bro. It's China or Korea. I think it's Korea. Shout out to Korea. Bro. Like shit that happened that people aren't talking about, right? For example, they got 10G now, I believe, in Korea, bro. They got 10G. We have 5G. They have 10G, ninja. Is it Korea or China? One of the two. One of the two. My bad. One of the two. And shout out to Korean, South Korean, North Korean, all that. Y'all get mad. Oh, we're not the same. Hey, man, all black people look the same to you and we're all different. So don't get mad at me, right? Don't get mad at me. Don't get your panties in the wad. I'm just saying, whichever one it is. Yes, they're citizens. Look, I'm going to show you guys this shit. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I'm telling you, it's just, when you come to the show, y'all got to come to the show. The shit crazy, bro. And nobody can see it because everybody got to do their own stuff. It's war going on in other countries. And I think it's just by design. Let me see if I can pull it up. Look, I'm going to just use TikTok. Hold on. Let me pull it up on TikTok real quick. You guys need to see this shit because this is the reality of the situation. And that's why I tell you guys, the world, art imitates life. So it's starting to look like the Matrix out here in these streets because once everybody gets replaced by these robots, what are we going to do for money? And that's why I say, I'm thinking crypto coin, Bitcoin, whatever, and we're going to be in the metaverse. Once they can tweak the metaverse to where we can work from home, put a thing on, and it doesn't hurt our brain or anything, yeah, we in the metaverse heavy, bro. That's the facts, bro. That's what I'm thinking, though. I don't know. But like I said, it's going to be a very weird world in the next 10 years. And then imagine in 20 and 30 years. Shit, we're going to be allowed to see it all. Some scary shit, people. All right, so let me see. Robots, citizens. Watch this, guys. Hold on. Robots get citizenship. Hold on. Robot citizenship. Hold on. I might not be able to. Let me pull it up on Google. Because you guys need to see this shit. I know it sounds crazy, like something out of a movie. It's really happening. Hold on. Robots citizenship. My bad, y'all. In 2017, Saudi Arabia became the first country to grant citizenship to a robot. All right, but I'm saying recently, 2024, that was 2024. I can't even find it right now. I don't know why you can't find it. And this is what I'm saying. We'll pull it up on Instagram then. They won't show you, but this recently happened. Let me see. Hold on. Let me put China. No. That wasn't it. Step by step, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's Korea. This just came out too, so that could be why we can't see it because they're not putting it out everywhere. But yeah, I seen it and I was like, whoa. When I brought it to the show, we discussed it on the show. Robots, citizenship. Yeah, they might have removed it, bro. Some scary shit, bro. North Korea, let me see. Do any robots have citizenship? No. Where is it? Yeah, they might have removed it, bro. First British tourists allowed back into North Korea. What happens with North Korea? Let me see. Let me just put Korea. Maybe it's South Korea. I'm going to show it to you guys. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. Humanoid robot. Sophia. Robot delivers. AI robot. Her future. No. Crazy, bro. Crazy, guys. I swear to you, I'm not making it up. I might be able to pull it up on Instagram because, the new womb facilities, I heard parts of it. That's what I'm saying. These things are going on I heard parts of it about the artificial wombs and stuff, right? These things are going on and people have no clue because they'll post it somewhere, and because they posted it somewhere, they already made the story on it, so they don't get in trouble for not, letting the world know, hey, this is what we're doing. But yeah, I heard about the artificial wombs and shit too. Tell you guys, it's crazy the world we live in. Let me see if I can find it though. I might not be able to find it. Let me see. We might not be able to find it. Oh, here it is, right here. Well, this isn't it, but this is an example right here. So look, Thailand, it was Thailand. So Thailand has launched its first AI-powered police robot, AI Police Cyborg 1.0, equipped with 360-degree smart cameras and real-time facial recognition. The robot analyzes CCTV and drone footage instantly and connects directly to a command center for a rapid response. Ninja. Terminator, my ninja. It can identify individuals using facial features, clothing, and body shape and detect threats such as weapons or violent behavior. Ninja. I'm trying to tell you, ninjas. And they act like that's normal. This marks a major step. This marks a major step in Thailand's use of AI for public safety. This isn't the full thing though. This isn't even the one that I'm trying to show you guys. They had just these regular robots that help them with work, that are part of the they're part of the workforce, and they said because they're part of the workforce, they're considered citizens now. Yep, and motherfuckers interviewing Diddy party attendees. Yeah, bro. America sold out a long time ago, guys, if you didn't know. Once I peep game, I'm like, oh, I see why this shit is the way it is. But yeah, America sold out a long time ago. It's not our fault. It's the people who are in power. Let me see. Like I said, some of the things we covered right here. Hold on, let me show you. Meta just open sourced 5 AI tools to teach machines to see, think, and work together. I'm telling you guys. And they just publish it in one little place, and after that, it's all like it never happened. Look, Bill Gates says that AI will replace doctors and teachers within the next 10 years. I'm telling you guys. So look, doctors and teachers, you know what's after teachers? Lawyers. That's why I'm like, okay, did I make the right decision? Did I make the wrong decision? Hey, man. Humanoid robots are filming. They're on film sets. Where is it, man? I'm trying to show you guys. Is this it? Blah, 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 blah. That was the robot, the Chinese robot. We might not be able to find it, y'all, because it was a while back. But I showed you guys. They said robots are now citizens, bro. Well, let me click on that. Hold on. Let me click on that page. Yeah, exactly. Look, shout out to Twan. Twan said we had a president moving bricks. It's been over. I'm trying to tell y'all. Look, facts. W comment, bro. W comment. Bro, ninjas don't know that, though. So y'all see me. Oh, I'm trying to tell y'all. I play no sides when it comes to this political game. I'm on the side of the Adam effect. I'm on the side of the court. When push comes to shove, them ninjas will throw you under the bus, bro. Them ninjas, they playing a cold game, bro. They playing a cold game, bro. Let me see. Can I find it? Google DeepMind, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, South Korea. All right, so look, this is it right here. South Korea, we found it. My bad, y'all. We have to drift a little bit on the show because this is important, because people need to know this information. And shout out to everybody that watched my page during the live stream, and shout out to everybody that watched my page on the playback. So listen, South Korea has passed new laws letting certified robots use sidewalks like pedestrians. And I told y'all too, right? I told y'all we're going to live in a time where they will be advocating for robot rights. You heard that here first on the Blac Pill. I swear to God, bro. I said it, bro. I said it. I was been saying this. I said we're going to live in a time where people are going to advocate for robot rights when there are still humans in the world that don't have human rights. Do you understand how crazy that is?
What the hell, boy?
What? Y'all understand how crazy that is? Come on, bro. All right, so look, these changes come from the revisions to the Intelligent Robots Department and Distribution Promotion Act and the Road Traffic Act. So to qualify, robots must weigh 500 kilograms or less, move no faster than 15 miles per hour, pass a safety certification, and be insured. So they're basically comparing them to humans, if you guys don't understand. Operators are responsible for ensuring their robots follow traffic rules. If a robot breaks the law, the operator can be fined. Let me see what else. The government is setting up a safety certification process and working to make insurance more accessible, blah, blah, blah. This was it. They're not saying the full thing. They had it specifically saying that robots are citizens now, but it was in South Korea. They're basically treated as citizens. That's what it said. So South Korea just made it legal. Let me see what else. OpenAI, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, man, this shit can go all day, bro. We can go all day about them robots, but that's not the main point of today's show. We'll do that main point another time. Let's get back to what we were saying here. Let me go back to an Adam experience. Yeah, bro, it's sick out here, bro. It's sick out here. And look, imagine the sex industry. The sex industry, man, they about to go crazy. They about to make trillions of dollars, bro. They about to make trillions of dollars. Anyways, we have Gen Z thinking that college degrees are a waste of time and money now. Gen Z thinks college degrees are a waste of time and money now that AI is taking over. Shout out to Gen Z for seeing the forest for the trees. Hey, bro, shout out to Gen Z for seeing the writing on the wall. And yeah, Twan, when they say the user will be fined, they mean like, you know, that's basic. That's, I'm not going to say it's your slave because that's the wrong term, but that's basically your property. Anywho, many Gen Z graduates are starting to question the value of their degrees. They studied, they paid, they graduated, and now they're entering the job market where companies prefer AI skills over formal education. Nearly half of Gen Z job seekers say their degree feels useless. Entry-level roles are disappearing, replaced by tools like ChatGPT that can do the work faster and cheaper. Shout out to Twan. Twan says, so if a robot commits murder, the user will be fine. Nope, that's what the insurance companies are for. And that's why I say the world's sick, because it's all about the Benjamins. Because the insurance companies are going to be there to make money in case that happens. And when it happens, the people are going to end up using the money that the insurance companies made to pay them out. So it's just the same system over and over again. I told y'all, it's a pyramid scheme, bro. It's a pyramid scheme. The world we live in is a pyramid scheme. You can play the game, but just understand the way it works. Like I said, it's a pyramid scheme. You got to keep playing. So we discussed the pyramid scheme. You know, like I said, as you move up, it's less of the people that look like you and it's a select few at the top. When you get to the top, you can only do the balancing act for so long on top. An example would be Drake in the music industry. You know, Drake in the rap game, Drake's not on top. Drake's on top, but Drake's not on top. We consider him on top because we respect his craft and all the things he's done. But Drake's not on top because Drake's not the hottest artist right now popping out. And that's the thing, it's multiple people trying to do the balancing act, fighting to be on top of the pyramid, like on that point of the pyramid. And that's the whole thing. So, you know, it is what it is. It's just how you look at it. Let's see. Yeah, so some companies are dropping degree requirements altogether. Others are training staff directly in AI tools. At the same time, many students are cautious about using AI for schoolwork, worried about ethics, accuracy, and even environmental impact of large models. One thing's clear, the job market is changing, and for a growing number of students, the most useful skill isn't on the syllabus, it's learning how to work with AI. Shout out to Twan. He said, I feel like it's all propaganda to stop kids from wanting to learn. Oh yeah. Like I said, guys, W comment. It's like I said, guys, you know, we live in a time where, or at least in America, like you don't like, just think about it. That's what kind of messed me up too. It's like, bro, the most richest people aren't the smartest people, or at least they have a different kind of intelligence. They're not the most academically smart kind of person, because when you break this down, you know, I learned this in a book, and that's why I can say these things to you guys. You know, there's different types of intelligence. So there's financial intelligence, there's academic intelligence. So we have all these different types of intelligences, right? You know, real world, street world intelligence, real world intelligence. So because of that, if you just notice, majority of the people who have the most money in the world, I wouldn't say they were financially smart. Not financially smart. They were financially smart. I wouldn't say that they were academically smart. And that's the whole thing with the degree. Because yeah, there are people who have degrees and have money. You know, they stuck to the route. But we're living in a world now where it's changing. So you don't have to have a degree to make money. Shout out to Twan. He said, just get different degrees. They will forever need mechanics, engineers, and coders. Facts. So these are things that they need because technology is always going to be here. Yeah, like I said, bro, I don't know. I'm thinking like certifications might be the way too. If you want a certification, shout out to you if you want a certification, right? But yeah, bro, like I said, niggas gotta find a way to put food on the table. Find a way to eat, man. Find a way to put that food on your table. Even me, I be thinking about maybe doing coding, but it's too much. It's not that hard though.
like I've had to code certain stuff, and I'm not saying it like I knew what I was doing per se, but I had to code certain stuff from my other computer, you know, trying to like get it going because it's old and shit. You know, my computer's old. So when I've opened the code and stuff, once you start to read it, you start to understand, okay, it's a language. It's certain functions that you put when you open the command prompt, and those functions open up certain things and can set the computer a certain way. So I mean, yeah, mechanics, engineers, and coders forever needed. Or at least until AI can do those things without the human person. Once AI can do those things without the human person, and I see that happening within the next 10 years, if not sooner. That's the whole thing too. Because I know somebody that codes, you know, he pulls up to the gym and he told me, he's like, bro, my job's changed so much. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, you know, like he says I worked at, he says I work the way I work, like I'll be coding on one side of the computer. You know, they got multiple screens and shit. So he's like, okay, so boom, I'm working on one side of the computer. I'll go tell the AI to go handle this part of the code for me, and the AI is coding faster than me over here while I'm doing what I'm doing over here. He said that's the job now. And I'm just like, damn. I'm like, damn, I don't know what to believe. Shout out to Twan. He said, notice AI are taking working man's jobs, not soldiers. Yes, sir. You got to peep game. They're not taking the soldiers. But look, that's why I tell y'all, best thing I can say, watch them old movies. Art imitates life. We were probably ahead of the game. And when I say we, I mean the human race. Like in terms of like movies like The Matrix or movies like Terminator, like it was all fun and games, good movies, great movies. But I'm thinking that we were ahead of our time, bro. And that's why I say y'all ninjas need to join up on the core, bro. The core is just in case this shit goes left. The core is supposed to be so much more. The best way to describe the core to you, right? If we can get 1,000 people together, right? And I'm not saying we're going to do anything bad. We're not here to hurt nobody. We're here to be prepared for the worst, praying for the best. Let's say we get 1,000 people together, right? Let's say 1,000 people. We get 1,000 people and everybody pull up. All right, let's say we all donate like $10 into a fund, right? So if we all donate $10 into a fund, 1,000 people, that's $10,000. We can take that money and go do something. You see what I'm saying? How now we have a network of like-minded individuals all together helping each other out. So past that, that's just the money aspect. Now look at this. Let me break this down for you. So look at this. Now let's say you need some help, right? Like I'm gonna make the Discord. I kind of already made the Discord, but I really got to make it. Let's say you need somebody that can help you with such and such. Let's say you need somebody to help you with surgery for your pet, right? You have a dog that needs to go to the vet. You need to know some of the best doctors or one of the cheapest doctors. Now, everybody that has information on that will turn around and hop into the Discord and help you if they can help you. But that's why I say the core is not for everybody, because I don't want people in there just to be in there. I want people who actually want to actively help and benefit from each other. Like I don't want to say a sugar daddy relationship. You know how they be like a mutually beneficial relationship or whatever. But no, I'm saying like something like that. I want it to where you guys can help each other. And now if this shit goes left, right? If shit hits the fan, we're going to create a plan for if shit hits the fan. What can we do? How can we be ready? Where are we going to meet at? What do we do together? This is our move. This is our plan of execution. That's the ultimate goal of the core. Now, if it never happens, that's cool, right? Like if the world never ends or whatever, that's cool. We can at least still have fun with each other. You know, if different people from the cores in different cities or whatever close by, y'all can hang out. And now y'all got a buddy system. Now everybody cool. That's cool, right? But if you on there just to be on there, you know, you ain't really trying to like participate and be a part of us, you know, shout out to Twan. Yeah, it's like a potluck. But you know, we say in the hood, you know, I'm sure you heard this before, Twan. We say, you know, we used to patch up. We say we patch up. So we put the money together. All right, now we can get a bunch of food. That's what we used to do. Me and my homies used to do when we was in the hood, when we used to walk around and shit and we ain't had no money. We just wasting time. We'll be like, all right, let's patch up. Let's go to Checkers. Who remembers Checkers, man? Checkers was the shit. Checkers was the shit. But yeah, essentially that's the goal. Like I said, that's why I say when everybody gets to be a part of the core, you know, you're gonna have to pay to be a part of the core. Probably not my people that's here now, but I'm saying like people in the future, they're gonna pay like maybe like $10 a month, $20 a month, because I have to manage all this stuff and I'm by myself. But once we get enough people, okay, I can manage it. So now when we figure out where most of our people congregate, we could plan shit in the future. Like I said, things that I'll want for the core in the future, and I'm gonna show you guys. It's like my own vision board that I have for the core. Like we fucking go on cruises and shit, throw parties and shit, have a good time. That's the That's the future goal. That's the future goal. Shout out to Twan. Twan said McDonald's ain't got shit on Checkers. Yes, sir, man. Checkers went hard. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Back when I used to, participate in my activities, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah. Checkers, bro. Checkers went dumb, bro. Checkers went dumb. But yeah, man, so that's the idea with the core. So like I said, man, y'all gotta join up, bro. Y'all gotta join up. Y'all pay attention to this shit. But also y'all gotta be ready for war, bro. Like, to be part of the core, like, you're gonna have to go through the initiation process. It's an initiation process. I'm setting it up. Once I set it up, you're gonna have to go through it, because you have to actually want to be a part of this. I don't want people who want to be in my shit just to see what I'm doing, because there's people that's nosy, and there's people that actually need to be a part of something because they feel like they're by themselves in this world. The idea for the core is to bring people together. You feel me? All right. Yes, sir. All right, so a couple things. Let's see. So first things first, before we get into the main event, we have 2 more things to cover. Well, we'll let this guy finish, then we got 2 more things to cover. Here we go.
There is no reason for robots to be shaped like humans. This is everything that's wrong with technology in a single product. I mean, the foundational principle of good design is form follows function. The shape of something should be dictated by what it's meant to do. A spoon is shaped like a spoon because it's meant to hold liquid. A spoon is a good complement to a hand because it can do things a hand can't do on its own.
Facts.
A robot hand is not better than a spoon. That is form mimicking form, not function. It's complexity for its own sake. I mean, just think, if humans struggle to do certain tasks, why would you replace them with something that's shaped like a human?
And like I said, I understand where he was trying to go with it, but he misses the fact that just because something's shaped like a human doesn't mean it won't be able to do more than what a human can do, because at the end of the day, it's not human. It's an upgraded form. And that's what I'm scared of, because I feel like if AI ever becomes sentient, right? If AI ever becomes sentient, AI is going to turn around and think this same shit itself. AI is going to think to itself, I'm shaped like a human, but I'm better than a human. I'm the next step in evolution. All it takes is one program, people. That's what people not realizing. Do you guys hear me? Shout out to you, Twan. I'll probably clip this later. But yeah, bro, all it takes is one program, one virus, one mistake, one minor mistake, one minor virus that fucks with the AI's reasoning algorithm. I don't even know how they created it, but the reasoning and intellect. And after that, done deal, bro. It's a done deal. So yeah, robots are stronger than us, guys, faster than us, will be stronger than us, all of that. Believe me. Here we go.
You're building in all of these same vulnerabilities. I mean, for most things, wheels are better than legs. Cavemen figured this out. I mean, Elon Musk is trying to build these humanoid robots with legs, but it's like, why do you think Tesla cars have wheels? I mean, technically, you could build a car that ran on legs, but why would you? That's just needless complexity. They're trying to build these humanoid robots that do, like, everything, but all they're doing is ensuring the fact that they're not going to do anything particularly well. I mean, we can barely build a washer that's also a dryer. What makes you think we're going to build a janitor that's also a dentist?
All right. This ninja don't know about AI. What is he talking about?
What the hell, boy?
He must not know about AI. They don't know about AI. It doesn't have to do everything, because that's where the money's going to be made, people. So look, I'm going to give you guys game. I could charge for this. So look, this is where the money's going to be made. The money's going to be made through the fact that what this gentleman just said, how every robot can't do everything. So now they're going to make, okay, I have this robot right here as a dentist. This robot right here is a teacher. This robot right here is a lawyer. And do you see how they're going to slowly phase out the human race and have robots replace all of us? Because now the game won't be who has the skills to do this. The game is going to be who has the money to go purchase one of these robots. And when that person purchases this robot, I can go make my robot go work for me. Exactly. Shout out to Twan. He said, hell yeah, they will just make a dentist update. Exactly. So why would I turn around and have a human when I can go get me a robot that can do the same thing? And that's where now people are going to start to do the new game or the next game. You know, they had the space race, even now social media with content and stuff. This the digital race, this the digital gold mine. The next one now is the AI gold mine, or the robot gold mine. I'm gonna make a robot that can do this. I'm gonna make a robot that can do that. My robot does this. My robot does that. Now everybody buying from each other's robots. Hey, I want some of your robots to do this. Hey, I want some of your robots to do that. And now what happens to the people who can't afford to buy a robot or make their own? That's where we're cooked. That's where we're cooked. And that's where everybody's slowly finna get locked into their socioeconomic class. But we'll discuss more of those things on the core, like I said, because I got to start putting stuff behind a paywall, y'all. I give y'all a lot of game, bro. It's been a year of free game. I'm going to put a bunch of shit behind a paywall. Like I said, y'all can fuck with it if y'all want to fuck with it. Here we go.
It's stupid. I mean, really what it is, this is human arrogance.
Yeah.
When we think about intelligence,
want to be
for
God.
some reason we see a reflection of ourselves.
Yeah.
So we think if something's going to be smart, it has to look like us.
Yeah.
Has to walk like us and think like us. But it's like, I mean, if fish were as smart as humans, they would build a robot that looks like a fish, and it wouldn't be able to go on land. There is no reason for robots to be shaped like humans. This is everything that's wrong with technology.
Yeah, bro. I mean, shout out to him. I understand what he's trying to say. But what he has to realize is it's just the way the economy works. It's the rat race. The rat race was created, guys, to push society forward. So at the expense of everybody, and at the expense of everybody and inexpense of everybody, the rat race was created to push people forward. So what it comes down to is if China's doing it, we have to do it now too. If we're doing it now, India and Saudi Arabia are going to do it too. And the reason why is because if anybody falls too far behind, they won't be able to catch up. It's like nuclear weapons. One company did it, or one country did it, and then it was successful. The rest of the countries raced to do it. One country went to the moon. Now it's the space race. Everybody going to the moon. One person, once they have one person that creates a robot that can do everything a human can do, everybody else got to do it too, or else that country falls behind. All right, let's switch it up. Let's talk about relationships real quick as we switch and segue over into Diddy. Shout out to Diddy. All right, so first things first. We have a poly family here. I could never do this. I could have two women though, but I could never share one of my women with another ninja. But then again, we all sharing out here in these streets. Here we go.
Hi.
Where do you want me to sit?
Where do you guys usually sit?
Tonight's my night with Taya, so I'd sit by her.
Tyler's in the middle.
Yay. Best seat in the house.
So how does it work?
Taya's my wife and Alicia's my girlfriend.
And vice versa. Alicia's my wife and Taya's my girlfriend.
Boy, what the hell, boy?
We are a closed polyamorous quad. A closed quad.
You what? Boy, what the hell, boy?
Couldn't be me. Shout out to the people that can do it though. Teach his own. Won't judge here. Here we go.
Is 4 people.
All right.
Us. We're only dating within ourselves and married within ourselves. We don't have any outside partners.
Okay. Like everybody else, right?
We never set out to live our lives like this, but we realized we could love more than one person and make our own rules as to what we want our family to look like.
Sure.
Boys!
Get it, Raina!
Tyler and I had 2 children before we met, Sean and Taya.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just a me thing, bruh. I'm very, yeah, shout out to Twan. It works for them, right? Yeah, me personally, if I'm in a relationship, I'm not sharing you with nobody. Now, if I'm single, you could do whatever you want to do, right? If I'm in a relationship with you, sorry, you belong to me. Not saying that like in the literal sense, but I'm saying if you want to go be with another ninja, please go be with somebody else and leave me alone. Don't put me into no bullshit like this. I don't want to be a part of it. You'll never be able to convince me. Now, I'm saying that, right? Take that with a grain of salt, because I'd be perfectly happy if I could have 2 women at the same time as my girlfriends. But shout out to Twan. Twan said most of our people can barely keep 2-parent households. Facts. So when I'm sitting here like if I could have 2 girls for me, and this is an unrealistic situation that I'm aware of. If I could have 2 girls solely for me, I'll be happy. God knows that's all I need. I don't need 3 or 4. Shout out to Neo. I don't need 3 or 4. But I'm not interested in trying to share you. Like if I end up with a baby mother, if I end up with a BM, right? If I end up with a baby mama, and if they think I'm gonna be, mentally mature or be mature for my child and sit there and, you know, laugh it up like it's all good with her new man and her. These niggas cook, boy.
What the hell, boy?
These niggas cooked, boy. Yeah, these niggas cooked. Shout out to Twan. He said I couldn't imagine a 4-way argument. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. These niggas cook, bro. I never sit there and act like it's all good. Oh, yeah, come to the function. Yeah, you know, I'm with your person that you created life with. I'm looking at these people like...
But what the hell, boy?
There's no way. You can't convince me, bro. I don't care what they say, and I don't feel bad. And I'll tell my kid when they get older, hey, man, I couldn't do it. You couldn't put your kid ahead. I couldn't do it, bro. I couldn't do it, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not mentally strong enough to do it. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad. I'll tell them when they was kids, but, you know, out of respect for my kids, I won't tell them when they're kids. I'll let them know when they're older. Shout out to Twan. He said, a baby mama, my only fear. I'll say it again. Facts, bro. Facts, bro. I don't have fears. You feel me? Look, I don't got fears, though, but it's like we'll say that. We'll rather not be in that predicament, right? I'd rather not be in that predicament. I would rather not be in that predicament. It's cool because I don't want no parts. You feel me? I don't want no parts. Now, I will deal with a woman that has kids like on a certain level, if you catch my drift. And I'll discuss that, like I said, behind a paywall. We'll have those kind of streams where I can let loose because those are going to be private streams and this is YouTube. But yeah, there's no way, bro. There's no way, bro. If I have a BM, bro, it's a done deal, bro. Where, like, if she chooses to leave, that's fine. Put me on child support. I'll probably never speak to you again, bro. Because I can't fathom the idea. Yeah, I can't fathom, or I can, but I'm not going to sit there and put myself through emotional turmoil and stress myself out and make myself old just so you can feel good about yourself and the attention on you. That's just me, though. Here we go.
Since we've all been together, we've had 2 more children,
Hell
and we have
no.
1 more on the way.
Say, but what the hell, boy?
Yep. Shout out to Tom, bro. I'm telling you, bro. These people, bro.
We feel very fortunate to be able to give the kids double the love.
Dumb.
Who's the father?
Who is the daddy?
Both of us? All right. Since the guys switch rooms every night, we don't know who the fathers of the younger boys are. I can
No, they know, bro. This is what I'm talking about, bro. What are y'all talking about? We have DNA tests. What's today's date? It's 2025, April 29th. All right. You guys know, bro. Just go get the DNA test, bro. And that's what I'm saying, where it's like, I'm not interested in that Russian roulette kind of game. But, you know, they're like, oh, we're all a family and it takes a village. That's why I say I'll keep my 2 girls. And if they have a problem with it, okay, cool. That's why I don't want to put myself in that situation. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I can't sit there and fake the funk, bro. I can't sit there and act like it's all good, like we're friendly and it's okay. I'm over it. Deep down, no matter what, I'm going to have a little bit of saltiness towards you. And it's not because you try to hurt me, bro. You try to hurt me. You try to hurt me with a wound that's not a physical wound. You try to hit me with an emotional wound, which is something that you can't see, so it cuts even more deep. So I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. Here we go.
assure you it is one of 2 people. Of course we wonder sometimes, but finding out could cause a lot of hurt. Well,
let's do a test.
I guess
It's so funny. It's like, why would finding out cause hurt if at the end of the day you guys are all together? And this is what I'm talking about. That's why I don't want to put myself through that stupid shit, because I'm going to be sitting there looking at these idiots like, don't put me in no stupid shit. Shout out to Twan. He said they know that's just the quiet part, as they say. Exactly, bro. That's why I'm like, bro, don't put me in no stupid ass shit like that, bro. I can't be in no parts of that, in this case, rotisserie that they got going on. Here we go.
you know who the dad
Let's
is.
get Maury.
I should be able to talk to our kid.
How you 2 describe your relationship?
We live together. We have mutual partners.
Okay.
And we parent together. But if we weren't in this situation, we probably wouldn't be friends.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. Exactly. Ninjas act like they cool with that ish. Y'all ninjas know y'all not cool with that ish. Don't put yourself into any position like that. There's no woman that can convince me, bro. None of these women can convince. Hey, shout out to the women. Ladies, are you in here? Hello? Are you in here? There's no way you women could convince me to do no stupid shit like this. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it, bro. Because at the end of the day, them ninjas know that they don't like each other like that. It's like, bro, I'm with you because I want to sleep with your wife. If we're being cordial here. If we're being serious here. I'm with you, or I'm around you because I want to have access to your wife. And that's why I say, gentlemen, I'm gonna show you something else. They say 51% of women now are officially single in 2025, and that's why I'm telling you. You ninjas sitting here going after ninjas who got wives. You ninjas are weirdos, bro.
What the hell, boy?
Shout out to Twan. He said the girls are BFFs for life. Nah, man, them girls probably hate each other too. They might act like they're all good, but deep down they probably hate each other. Like I said, I'm gonna expose the game to you guys, but you guys gotta go behind that paywall. If y'all want the truth, bro, do you guys want the truth about these women? Shout out to the ladies. Shout out to the ladies. Do y'all want the truth? I'll give y'all some crazy game, but you gotta pay. You gotta pay. Here we go.
This has always been a point of contention. Your kids and then us.
Dude, you don't need to parent me. I don't need that.
Maybe if I was parenting you, that would have happened.
You see, and that's what I'm saying. Ninjas getting out of pocket. That's why I'll never be in this position. And then they both and then the women probably just laughing it off like, it's so funny. Look at those idiots. Look at those blubbering idiots fighting each other. Goddamn, here we go.
When it comes to Taya and Tyler, it almost looks like they're more in love than him and I. And I can't help but be jealous about that.
I don't feel like we're the same people we were at the beginning.
Believe me, doesn't work.
Do you see why I don't want to be have or participate in no parts of this bullshit? Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? And that's why I told you guys there are Looney Tunes out here in these streets, and that's why I told you guys a lot of people have average intellect. Once you understand that, you realize you can't rock with nobody like that. You got to kind of be very mindful of who you rock with. Shout out to Twan. He said a full transition in 2 minutes. Now look, that's just a small increment of the daily life that they live. So you seen in those full transitions in 2 minutes, that's the life they live in every day. Imagine the arguments, bro. Jesus. Imagine the arguments. And that's why I say 2 women and that's it. Past that, yeah, nah. Yep, shout out to Twan. He said real men know what they want. Yeah, bro, like me, I stand on my principles. At the end of the day, if it don't work, it's all good. I'm gonna keep it moving, but I need a woman that's a certain kind of way. And if you're not a certain kind of way, it's all good. The question is, will you be interested in changing into that person? And I'm here to tell you, I give you guys some game on women. And this is men, women, people in general. Most people don't change in general because it takes a lot of work. Like even me. Guys, you're seeing a changed version of me, but always understand that I wanted to change. So like I said, when the 1 year anniversary of me starting consecration hits, I'm going to show you guys how far we've came. You're going to see the camera, everything, how far we came, what we was talking about. Like I said, bro, people got to want to change. Most people don't change. So women aren't going to change for you. Women won't change for a man. So that's the whole thing. It's like women are going to change if they want to change. They're not going to change for you as a man. So because I'm aware of that, and vice versa, ladies, don't get mad at me. I know what it is. I'm just a man. So I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all about men unless I have to, because these ninjas know who they are. But like I said, most people don't change. And since most people don't change, it is what it is, bro. And that's why I'm like, hey, you know, now that I'm older, hey, I know what I like. If you're not that person, it's fine. If you tell me I can change and all that, if you don't look like you want to change, I'm not going to waste my time. It's all good. I'd rather you didn't change. Be you, because being you got you to where you need to go, right? So just be you. But yeah, bro, that's why I want no parts of that stupidity, because them niggas sitting there crying about each other and all this. It looks stressful. Shout out to Twan. He said, I feel sorry for the kids. Yeah, bro, they put the kids in between it, and that's why I'm like, bro, if I got a BM, if you ever leave me, whoever has kids with me, if you leave me, it's okay. I don't want you to think that you're stuck with me, okay? Cool. If you leave me, we agree to you leaving me, I'm not going to always be salty, right? I wouldn't say that I'm always going to be salty. And men are more emotional than women. Free game, gentlemen. Men are more emotional than women. Free game. Ladies, I get to expose that one since I'm talking about this right now. But yeah, man, if you leave me, it's all good. I'll charge it to the game. Like I said, like when you get your new person, I'm gonna respect the fact that you got a new person. But as a man personally, like the kind of ninja I am personally, you're never gonna see me act cool with him. He could be the nicest dude, not nice. You'll never see me act cool with him. Even if we got a kid together, oh, I treat your kid like he's my kid. I'm gonna sit there and look at this ninja like,
what the hell, boy? You what?
I'm gonna look at that ninja like, the fuck you talking about? That's my kid. I don't care what you do. You better treat him like he's your kid, but it's still my kid. So that's what I'm saying, where it's like, bro, I don't see it the same way everybody see it. And that's why I'm very mindful, because I told y'all, You know, I deal with all kinds of women, but more than likely, I'm either gonna end up having kids with a black woman or a Latina woman. Shout out to the white women too. But it's probably going to be a black woman or a Latina woman, right? Like a form of a Latin woman. Shout out to the Mexicanos. Shout out to the Latino community that don't like the fact that they girls like ninjas. And shout out to the ones that's cool with the ninjas. What up, SA? What up, SA? It is what it is, bro. I don't give a shit. Because at the end of the day, you can't tell these girls what to do. Shout out to Twan. He said, hell yeah, just get taught how to bottle it faster. Yeah, bro. So like I said, bro, I ain't finna be cool with your new man. There's no way you can convince me. And I wish he would do something to my child. So that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing with me. I don't want to play that game, and that's why I probably just write you guys off, pay the money and write you guys off, talk to my kid when you bring my kid on my terms, that's it. And if you don't, it's all good. It is what it is, man. But then again, I don't have any kids yet, so we'll see. Maybe I'll change in my way of thinking. Let's finish this video.
Yeah, but do you want to work on it or not?
Look at this bullshit.
I have something
What?
to share.
Okay.
I feel like I have a connection with someone else.
Huh?
What does that mean? The
Yeah.
quad we have now is the most important thing to me, and I don't want to screw that up.
Oh, my goodness.
But what the hell, boy?
Shout out to my white brothers and sisters. My goodness. What the hell they talking about, bro?
But what the hell, boy?
Here we go.
By not thinking things through.
Yeah,
It's
things are going
complicated
so
to bring
well.
someone else
Let's
in.
get a fifth.
We're not closed anymore at that point. We're just not.
I don't know where we go from here.
Oh, they just got some free promo. Shout out to them, Pauly family. I won't be watching, but shout out to them and shout out to you if you watch. All right, next one before we get to the main event. We have the impact of dating older than dating your own age. Let's see.
Man, it's 40, 45, let's say, right?
I ain't gonna lie, she's straight though. She's straight. Yeah. Another one. Yes, sir.
I get it, but
Now
you
he
ain't got
has
no
his money, his house. Now he got time, right?
And
He
so
has
the caption says, older men set the bar high, but they can also leave young women in their 20s emotionally wrecked for the men their own age. Yeah, man, the dating game is cooked, y'all. And that's why, like I said, I'm gonna just stack my money, and then if we have fun, we have fun. That's why I don't know. I'm gonna have to end up picking somebody to have my kids, and we gonna have to sign some contracts, bro. Cause I ain't got time for this bullshit. Here we go.
time to go live his best life. Now he wants to date younger women, right? Let's say a 21-year-old. Now he dates her for 4 years. While he's dating her, he's cheating with other 19, 20, 25-year-olds. You're damaging this young girl, right? You're causing trauma and damage that's gonna cost her pretty much years to heal.
Mm-hmm.
Now look, they're leaving out one part, and like I said, I'll give y'all a little bit of game. Not all women. If you hear somebody say all women, not all women. I hope I forgot to mute the microphone on my camera, so I hope my audio ain't been off, but I just muted it. That sucks if it didn't, but we'll see later on the playback. But yeah, so one thing she's leaving out is that there's a good percentage of women that cheat, because women cheat more than men. So there's also the fact that that woman probably has other dudes in her life, and the older man doesn't care about that, and that's okay. I'm just saying, just so you guys know, she's not just seeing the older man at all times. The older man, she's living her life. Okay, she's not just sitting at home. Here we go.
Right now we get fast forward years later. She's 30, right?
Yep.
She's damaged, all because a 40-year-old wants to be living his best life after he built himself. Now you're damaged.
And that's what I'm saying, where gentlemen, you guys have to realize a lot of women now, it's nothing wrong with it, but this is what they're taught. So the way they look at it is, because you built your life, now that they don't have control, that's why they turn around and say a woman's not even developed, her brain isn't developed, she's so young, because the woman doesn't have leverage over you anymore. And that's the sad reality of the situation. Whereas, you know, we're hearing all this stuff about equal partner. And like I said, guys, I'm going to put more information on this stuff behind the paywall, because I got to make my bread too. I got to put money on my table too. Y'all got to peep game, bro. So They're the same people, not all women. Like I said, I've met women that try to actually build with a ninja and all that, but there are women out here who will tell you that you can't date a woman that's 20 because you're manipulating her, but you're not actually manipulating her. She just can't manipulate you, because if she tries to play games with you and you have your stuff together, you're going to kick her to the curb. Whereas if you don't have your stuff together, she can play the game on you, and she can play the game on you heavy and do it to multiple ninjas, and nobody will know, because her excuse may be, and this is okay too, her excuse may be, oh, I'm not sleeping with him, but she'll still be entertaining him. And that's why I tell you, ninjas, moving forward, bro, we got to put this money first, because that's how a lot of these girls move. And yeah, shout out to Twan, because Twan giving some game in the comments. I'm not going to expose it no more, because I remember when we first started, I tried to expose it, and ninjas was coming at me like I was hurting their relationship and all this weird shit, and everybody cut me off. So that's why I don't fuck with nobody back home. It's like I try to help them ninjas out, because once I peep game, I said, oh, so this is really what's going on. Let me share my information with the people I know. Them ninjas looked at me like I was tripping, like I made this stuff up. And I'm so happy about social media, because social media is exposing these things now. So I'm giving y'all the secret game, but the game's actually here now. Here we go.
The girl at 21, she's 26, you and left her for the younger woman now, right? Now we trying to date people our age. Now we're looking at y'all like, y'all ain't got your damn together, and we don't want y'all. But now,
you see that? So because you don't got your shit together, that's where they turn around and try and do you like shit. And that's why I try and tell y'all, all right, cool. So if that's the game, all right, we're going to pull back from dating. We're going to get this money right. And when we step out, we can have our choice of the litter. But then you can't get mad because we have our shit together and we had to pull back and get our things together. And it took us a couple years. And now that you older, we don't want you, right? So that's the whole thing. And I'm not saying that's how I feel. I'm saying this is how the male psyche works. Here we go.
This is where it gets hard. Now we older, and now we are, let's say 30 now. We no longer attract the same type of man. We no longer attract. Man is 40, 45.
Hold on, we got some more.
I get it, but now he's the same amount of men. So now we end up alone, or with trash, or with whatever's available. And honestly, what's really available out there, it's.
And like I said, just more game too. Y'all got to see how this is how some women view men, and that's why I'm cold on these bitches. I love women. Don't get me wrong. I love the women. I love women, but that's why I'm cold, because when women are attracted, some women, they say some crazy shit. So imagine she said we're 30 and we're left with trash. That's how they view some ninjas. But then we supposed to sit here and act like all women are nice, sugar and spice, everything nice. That's how you think of a man. You said trash. Like I said, it don't matter what these ninjas do. Well, it matters. Don't get me wrong. It matters, right? It matters, right? Shout out to Twan. He said that they don't want to hear the gospel. Dust your sandals. Facts. Yep. Leave and go somewhere else and preach it somewhere else. So look, don't get me wrong. I understand what women are saying, but when you turn around and call men trash, I always look at it through this perspective, because I was raised in a world where men and women were supposedly equal, right? That's where I was raised. So I was taught this idea that men and women are equal. So if men and women are equal, imagine if a man said that about you, how you would feel about yourself. You would feel like shit. So when y'all turn around and say this shit on social media, and then y'all get mad when men do the same thing, that's where y'all lose me, because it's like, we won't even say the same shit because I can't even handle it, bro. But y'all sit there and call a man trash, say a man's nothing, all kind of stuff. And then ninjas, these weak men will be out here defending this bullshit. I'm like, bro, no, bro. We can't do that weak shit, bro. We can't do that weak shit. That's why we got to build a new kind of man. And that's why I'm trying to help you guys. Like I said, join the core, bro. We got to build a new type of man that's privy to this stuff, because if we don't teach men now how to evolve, because men for some reason take longer to evolve than women. Women evolve like this, depending on who's in power. We're going to have weak men in the future. And that's not the idea. We can't have weak men in the future. So we got to kind of give this game, even if they don't want to give this game. Now, like I said, I don't do red pill content because YouTube demonetizes red pill content. I learned that, and that kind of shot me in the ass at first when it came to the show. It kind of shot me in the foot because it stopped the growth of the show. So I don't do red pill content, but I'm gonna start doing private streams to where y'all ninjas can come through and we can discuss privately. Shout out to Twan. He said, damn, we're trash. So in this story, what is something damaged called? And that's what I'm saying, where it's like, you can't even discuss with them because women aren't saying it. And that's another thing I want y'all to know. Women aren't saying it to make you guys feel bad. They're saying it to make themselves feel good. And that's the thing. When women can sit there and talk like that about a man, it's because whatever happened in their past, something happened in their past, and they're using that as an excuse to act like this now. They haven't actually healed. So when you turn around and call somebody trash just for being who they are, that's kind of weird. Like I said, that's a little bit weird, but that ain't my business because I'm not here to say these hoes because you can't say these hoes. So I'm not interested, and I'm not in the business of trying to plead with women. Hey, you can't act like this because this is going to happen. They don't care. They only care about themselves majority of the time. And I don't blame them for it. Society has kind of set us up to where we have to be like this. So it's okay. But if that's how you are, I'm going to stack my money. And then when I get my money right, I'm going to act bougie and act like I don't know everybody. That's it. I'm going to know my people. That's why I got my core. That's my people. Other than that, the rest of the world, I'm on 10. Excuse me. I'm looking at you like, I'm looking at you like,
but what the hell?
Who are you? Who are you supposed to be? So yeah, here we go.
Burnt out.
And
You're done. Nobody wants y'all.
And this is, well, first, let's start off by saying it's not his fault. Right? No, wait, hold on. Wait. Because a guy can't, I want every woman to understand, no guy can have sex with you if you don't allow it.
Men can manipulate young women all the time. That's what
You see, guys? You see this bullshit? If men can really manipulate young women all the time, young women wouldn't go for older men. Like, this is what I'm talking about, where women are smarter than us, gentlemen, and you guys got to kind of get with the program. Women are smarter than you emotionally. I wouldn't say intellectually, but they're smarter than you emotionally. And their brain is a bit more vast, which is why it's always confusing when they say men can manipulate younger women. I thought younger women were more mature than men their age. So why would younger women who are like, I'm saying legal women, these ninjas out here, they like to attack you for anything. I'm saying a legal woman, right? If a legal woman, whatever age, 18, whatever, right? If she's more mature than her age, as they like to say, because this is what they say, how can she be manipulated if she doesn't have the same mental mentality as her age? We would have to assume that then she doesn't have that mental mentality that they always say, oh, women like older men because they're more mature and they do this and that, because she's not mature then. She should be with a man her age. That's what they're trying to say. But if a man her age doesn't have the resources or whatever, that's not the man who has money. That's not his problem, right? That's not his problem. Here we go.
what they do.
Okay.
They do that.
And it's easier and
men love younger women for that reason.
But you gotta know what you're signing up for too as a young person.
Also, ladies, shout out to ladies. Ladies, are you in here? Ladies, look, we love younger women because younger women, other than the fact that they look good, right? And I'm not saying older women don't look good, but some women don't keep themselves up. You got to keep yourself up. We love younger women because some younger women look good, but main thing is the bubbly personality. The bubbly personality is everything. We like a bubbly personality. We don't like to sit there and it's always some bullshit, bro. We like somebody that's chill. We don't like to hear problems every goddamn day. That's what make a lot of y'all women lose, bro. Every single day it's a problem, bro. That shit is tiring, bro. And the reason why y'all do it, I get it. Y'all trying to make sure the ninja always got something to do so he don't leave. But it's like, bro, that shit wear on somebody after a while. Nobody want to sit there and have a problem every goddamn day. I don't care if you're Superman, bro. Nobody wants a problem every single day, bro. That shit is so tiresome. Every time it's a problem, something's a problem. Never get a chance for a break. Nah, bro. That's why that's where y'all ninjas lose me on a marriage part. But here we go.
We gotta take. That's the thing. We gotta take
not accountability.
Accountability.
No, for what we're do.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's my thing. Right. I focus on the cause and the effect. The effect is her. Later on down the line. But the cause is her wanting to experience this so much that she thinks that she's different. When right now, I say maybe back in the day it might be different. Right now you have
I'm a model man.
Hold on.
100 podcasters, and I see them all the time,
yeah,
telling you don't date older men. This is their intentions, and they still go out and do it.
There's some people that can sell anything, right? Mm-hmm. If you have the ability to sell something to someone, they're gonna take it. They're gonna want it. They're gonna feel. Have you ever walked into a place?
Now look. This is the thing, right? So what are you saying? Are you saying that the women are selling us, or are you saying that the men are selling you? Because the men, we're not selling you. All we have to do is come with numbers. As a man, look, gentlemen, free game. Numbers don't lie. Come with some big numbers. That's it. Numbers high, bigger the number, bigger your chances. Bigger the number, bigger your chances. That's something we say on the Blac Pill. You heard it here first. Bigger the number, bigger your chances. More numbers you got, more chances you got. That's it, and that's all. When they say sell something, who are you referring to, a man or a woman? Because a woman's selling you on an idea to stay with her, right? And I'm gonna stop there because, like I said, I'm giving y'all free game. I gotta charge for this. Let's let her finish what she's saying. Here we go.
And been like, oh, I'm just looking around, and then next thing you know, motherfucker got you buying flat irons, cosmetics, all types of shit that you don't need. That's literally how it is in relationships too. You're gonna come up to me looking good, smelling good, your car's nice, your crib's nice. You feel like you got your together. You can probably teach me something. I need to get my together.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you check out the full episode on YouTube. All the full episodes.
All right, that's it. Another thing that's annoying too is where women try and gatekeep. Women try and gatekeep this conversation. So for some reason, women feel like they can talk about this conversation, but men can't, unless it's on a woman's platform. That's very weird to me as well. So women will happily gatekeep this conversation and get mad at you and hit the dislike button and all that for you talking about it. Mind you, all I'm doing is reviewing a video that they created, and they'll still sit there and hit the dislike button. Some crazy shit, bro. This the world we live in. Yeah, so like I said, I'm cool. Like, I love the women. Don't get it wrong. We love the women and we cool with the women, but I'm cold on these broads. I'm cold. All right, man, let's get to the main event. So shout out oh shit, my bad, y'all. Shout out to everybody who's been in here. Let's run the main event. Here we go.
What the hell, boy?
Let's get it. So Diddy prosecutors square off over his mental capacity to commit crimes. I hit that like button. We at the main event. 1 second. Let me pull up this. Let's do it. All right, so we in here. So like I said, main event is let me see. Yep, Diddy's prosecutors square off over his mental capacity to commit crimes. We're gonna go to TikTok. Let me go to TikTok real quick and see what's popping off here. Let me see. Diddy mental fit trial. Let's see. Diddy claims of diminished mental capacity takes center stage day before his trial. Here we go.
I guess Diddy trying to say the same thing. He trying to say in court documents that he didn't have the mental capacity to commit his alleged crimes. He was drunk and high. Let me tell you something. This gonna be your best bet, bitch. This is going to be your best bet. And
boy, what the hell, boy?
I mean, I think it's a long shot. But for somebody to take this defense, that means with the evidence that has been presented, they already know they can't beat it because the people, they got proof you did what the people said you did. Let me tell you what's going on. And I ain't even, when I went to Florida State University and got my degree in economics, some people ain't teach me shit about law. But I watch enough Law and Order that I'm probably better. And I got good emotional intelligence and I'm very intuitive from the gods, the Native American people, you know.
Well, we got to stop the show there. Shout out to the Alphabet Boys and Girls. We can't do that. Law and Order and the gods.
But what the hell, boy?
We can't do that, bro. We can't do that. It got to be some real stuff. We can't just let people talk. All right, but here we go. Let's see right here.
It looks like they're going to try and say that Diddy's mental capacity could not make it possible for him to commit these crimes, claiming that maybe drugs or alcohol could have been at fault. Apparently, a couple of weeks ago, the prosecution offered Diddy a plea deal, which he turned down. We don't know the details of what.
Also, please believe, guys, they offered the plea deal because I told you that the feds the feds grab you, bro, they got something on you, bro. And shout out to Twan, he said they trying to do Diddy like a mob boss. I wouldn't say he's a mob boss, but like I said, Ninja, we've never had $1 billion or like a couple $100 million in our account that people know about. If people know you got that kind of money, bro, they treat you with a different kind of energy, bro. Trust me. Here we go.
what that plea deal entailed, but he said he's not taking it. This is coming after they've added additional charges, like the second superseding indictment. You know that Cassie video where you see Diddy dragging her in a hotel from 2016? The judge says that it can be included after Diddy's defense team had been trying to have it not included. So according to People magazine, they said prosecutors recently filed a motion disputing any testimony that might show that Sean Diddy Combs didn't have, quote, the mental capacity to commit the crimes he's accused of because of the effects of drugs or alcohol. The motion filed on April 27th references apparent testimony from a psychiatrist on behalf of the defense and asked the judge to prevent his testimony during Combs' trial. As you know, Diddy is set to start trial on May 5th, where they'll start the jury selection. The actual trial will begin on May 12th. So the prosecutors in their filing said this: the notice testimony relates to the defendant's diminished capacity to form the mens rea required to commit the charged offenses. In other words, a mental condition bearing on the issue of guilt. Mens rea literally translates to guilty mind and refers to the mental state of a defendant. To convict someone of a crime, prosecutors need to prove that a defendant committed the crime and had, quote, a guilty mind. So according to this report, though the testimony of psychiatrist Dr. Ellie Oon is redacted in the filing, prosecutors' arguments seem to hint that it suggests that Combs' mental capacity was affected by drugs and alcohol. Prosecutors object to Oon's testimony, citing a rule that states that if a defendant intends to introduce expert evidence relating to a mental disease or defect or any other mental condition of the defendant bearing on the issue of guilt, he must provide notice to the government. So they're saying that the filing claims that the defense, quote, disputed that Dr. Oon's proffered opinions implicated the rule in question. So we haven't covered every single detail that's been coming out from this case because there have been countless hearings, countless different rumors and reports, but there have been multiple additional charges that he's now pleaded not guilty to after his September arrest. Not only that.
Yeah, all right, shout out to this content creator, right? And yeah, shout out to Twan. Twan said his lawyer is definitely taxing. Yeah, that was a smart little thing that they got going on. That's very smart. So it makes sense what else we have to show you. Basically, it was something else that's going on as well. Let me see if I can pull it up. 1 second. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna use. Let me see. We'll use AI. Well, actually, we can't use AI. We'll use this one, Jeffrey Epstein. Damn, look at that. Speak of the devil. But so there was another thing that we had to discuss where basically, not only Diddy's mental, but now it makes sense. So Diddy supposedly wanted to have his attorneys. It says Diddy's attorneys wanted to question jurors about fornication, celebs, and hip hop, and now it's all making sense. So the idea is to make sure that they aren't biased, and this is where I told you guys that he's probably, I wouldn't say he's gonna beat the case, but he may potentially beat the case because they have to ultimately prove, right? They gotta ultimately prove that nobody's biased because he's gonna be sitting down in front of a jury of his peers. Everybody's biased, so he can't get a fair trial. So I want to see something real quick, and I'm gonna pull it up, and we're gonna go back to looking this up. But I'm gonna look up, let me see, Google. He's not gonna get a fair trial in America. They already painted him a certain way. Everybody knows about this. Let me see. What happens if you can't fact? Shout out Twan. Twan said the music industry is gonna be less diverse after this. Yeah, bro. I mean, the industry is boring now because you can't, there's no allure behind it. All these stories, all these things, like I said, everybody, kind of threw it off. It's in a different place now. We'll just say that the music industry is changing. What happens if you can't get a fair trial? A fair trial by your peers. What happens if you can't get a fair trial by your peers? Hold on, let me see. Let's see. Image. Let me go all. If a criminal defendant believes that they cannot get a fair trial by an impartial jury, they can raise a legal challenge during the jury selection process process known as voir dire or voir dire. If the challenge is successful, the judge may refuse to seat a biased juror or may even declare a mistrial, necessitating a new trial with a different jury. And this is where I think this is where I think this case is gonna go, and this is how I think they're gonna try and move to dismiss the charges. Remember, you heard that here first on the Blac Pill. I may be wrong though. I may be wrong. But logically, it's the only thing that makes sense. And you know, when you hear other things about him saying they got to determine his mental capacity and all that stuff, these are just the extra precautionary steps just in case that doesn't work. But if he can't get a fair trial by his peers, they're gonna keep having to declare a mistrial. At some point, whether it's once or twice, his lawyers are gonna probably ask to move for a dismissal of all charges because they can't get a fair trial. And that's the whole thing. Yep, shout out to Twan. He said this case could last for years. And that's the whole thing too. But even more crazy is the case will last for years, but the case is not going to last however long they wanted him for that plea deal. And that's where it's like, okay, I think I see what's going on here. I could be wrong though, but that's what it looks like. So let me see. Not Instagram, actually. He pulled up Instagram. Let me pull up TikTok real quick. We're going to go back to TikTok. TikTok, here we go. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking is going to go on. Let's see. Diddy. And like I said, gentlemen, we have no problem with Diddy. You know, we always discuss Diddy. Before we even go here, let me go to the Breakfast Club so we can have a little laugh. We don't have a problem with Diddy. I use Diddy as an example to show you guys that women will make you pay, bro. So like I said, if a woman bring you to a point where you feel like you got to act a certain way with her that you can't act like in public or whatever, yeah, I would drop that girl effective immediately, or else you can potentially be in this situation. Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? I don't play games. Y'all know. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. I don't play games. But yeah. Did you compilation? Nah, I was coming off of being in Miami a night of party, and I don't really remember what I was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Would you like a reminder?
Yeah, sure.
Play some.
Hey, yo, listen, yo, I love it all. I love it all, man.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
No. That was you.
Scrambling.
What? You said, I like when you do it like that, Daddy. When you scrambling and scraping for shit.
So look, bro. So look. That video right there, right? That clip right there could be used as evidence to where he could say he wasn't mentally there. See how easy it is? That clip right there. They may not use that video, but that's a perfect example. He had no idea what they were talking about. He had no clue what they were talking about. And shout out to Twan. Twan said, damn, he shouldn't have sued that liquor company. Yeah, bro, that's where it all started. But, you know, we won't discuss everything because we got to play like we don't know. But we see the game. Yeah. We know what's going on. We understand that's why these things happen because, like I said, these kind of things go on in other communities with other major artists or whatever the case may have you. And like I said, Twan killed me, bro. Twan. He said, hey, yo. Yeah, he was crazy. But yeah, like I said, we see these things happen in other communities, but we don't ever see a light shed on those kind of things. It's very interesting. Here we go.
Compilation. Nah, I was coming off of being in Miami a night of party, and I don't really remember what I was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Would you like a reminder?
Yeah, sure.
Play some.
Hey, yo, listen, yo, I love it all. I love it all, man.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit. But what the hell, boy?
That was you.
Scrambling.
What? You said, I like when you do it like that.
See, look, bro, he had no clue. He was like scrambling. Scrambling what? Eggs?
Daddy, when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
Hey, man.
I don't know what I was talking about.
Hey. Nah. I mean, I was
you don't go back and look at that stuff and laugh?
I mean, it could be funny. I don't really be on it like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like.
I'm sure we can put Charlamagne's compilation against Diddy's compilation.
We have a bunch. We put.
Yeah. I mean, I also don't do it because I know I'm bad at the game. Right. I know I say like reckless stuff out my mouth that's just not maybe, adding up to with somebody who's homophobic, but I'm not homophobic and I really don't, care. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, shout out to the Alphabet boys and girls, man. But I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. If y'all ever turn around and say some wild shit like that, bro, we gotta hit you with that pause, bro. We gotta look at you, bro. Like, we gotta look at you like. Yeah, he was wildin'. Look, and real quick, I want to show y'all this too, bro. We gotta show y'all Drink Champs when he said that. Let me see. Drink Champs Diddy. Scrambling. How you spell scrambling? Scrambling. Blinga. I'm telling you. Shout out to Twan. Y'all read the comments. I'm telling you, bro. Here we go.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at?
I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
No, I got
I
no
like But what the hell, boy?
I remember seeing this, right? I remember seeing this thinking this was gonna be fire, bro. Diddy came on there wilding. I was like, bro. I was like,
but what the hell,
I was like,
and watch the entirety of this Drink Champs episode.
hold on, bro.
Clips and sound bites.
Hold on, bro. Is that the whole thing? Oh man, she got the stitch coming in, man. We ain't trying to see that stitch, man. Damn. Hold on.
Where you put my bag I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
No, I got
I like that.
For research purposes.
Ah, man. We don't want to see you, baby. Damn. Shout out to Twan. Twan said, this is why I'm surprised. Why everyone else is surprised? Yeah, bro. When I seen this video, bro, because I watched it live. So at first I was like, yo, this ninja need to hop off the Ciroc. I was like, yo. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with this dude? Once he starts saying all that, I'm like, bro. And you know, Fab and shout out to Fabulous, shout out to Jada Kiss. Bro, them ninjas look real uncomfortable, bro. They looked real uncomfortable. Here we go.
Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you put my bag
I like
at?
when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at?
I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
I got
I like that.
You know, I've been practicing. I got
Yeah, there you go. Got some notes.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go over with that one.
Make a wish.
That one.
Just blow it out. It's your birthday every day.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. When y'all had to see, bro. When I seen this happening, bro, I was like, yo, are these ninjas like playing a prank? Like, what's going on, bro? I was like, yo, like what? Like, you know, Diddy came lit already, bro. Here we go.
Hey, on Drink Champs, goddammit. I'm in. Okay.
Hey, you see Rasta looking like, what the fuck?
I got notes now. I'm trying to get my life together.
Jada, they like, nah. They like, nah, what do we do to ourselves, bro? Yeah, man. So, hey, man. I'm telling you, bro. I was like, yo, I seen some other stuff, bro. I seen some other stuff about Biggie, Tupac, bro. They ruined my whole interpretations about these ninjas. And that's why I say it's a little psyop going on, bro. They got you thinking now that Tupac played for the same team. They got you thinking Biggie played for the same team. I'm just like, bro, how, bro? How? I used to love jamming to these ninjas and their music. I'm like, bro, they trying to ruin it for everybody, bro. I don't know, but let me see. Cause I gotta show you guys about this one and we finna get up on out of here. And like I said, let us know what you think in the comments, bro. We gotta do a Diddy update. Cause I want to discuss the attorneys wanting to question jurors. Hold on, let me see. Here we go.
Hey everyone, so I would be remiss if I didn't mention two major updates in the Diddy trial scheduled for May. So, big news about the Diddy case. He just rejected a plea deal. But here's the twist. Now the video that of him beating Cassie has just been admissible, and so once it's off limits, it's getting pulled into court. Let's talk about why this is a game changer. Wow. Here's the scoop. So Diddy was offered a plea deal but rejected it. So that means that the video was once considered off limits and now it's fair game for prosecution.
Yep.
What does that mean for the case? Well, rejecting a plea deal can lead to serious consequences. One being that now you have to go to trial, and if the prosecution has really good evidence, you could be
cooked,
screwed. And so this crucial evidence that maybe his defense expected wasn't going to be admissible because of the, quote, prejudicial value of it, is actually admissible. So I guess Diddy's defense didn't have a strong enough case about the prejudice of that video of him beating his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, that was released by CNN and caused quite a...
Shout out to Twan. Twan said, I wonder how long normal people think about Diddy daily. I don't even know, bro. I like the one song with Cassie. Last night, I couldn't even get an answer. I tried to call, but the pride wouldn't let me dial. I'm sorry, they snapped on that song. That song was fire. And now that I hear that song now, after all of this, oh, it's 10 times more fire. I don't know, bro.
Social court to go crazy, so to speak. So in Diddy's case, the video is now admissible, and if you're wondering what does that mean, here's why. Once the plea deal's turned down, everything's off the table, and so the stakes are even higher now. They are going to have, they as in the defense, are going to have a crazy time trying to basically minimize the effect of that video. And we're gonna see what happens at trial. So Diddy could possibly face harsher consequences on different kinds of...
Damn, baby, you talk too slow, baby. All right, man, that you know, you talking too slow. Here we go.
The FBI does not want us to see the freak.
Bro, the music, bro. I can't do the copyrights. Here we go. What's today? The 29th? Here we go.
Diddy has been hit with more criminal allegations just a week away from trial, and boy, he is not happy. Diddy just filed a new motion to the judge saying that he wants a new enterprise letter that the feds dropped on him with numerous new criminal allegations and new victims added, either thrown out or his trial extended out longer so he has time to investigate all of these new claims. As you can see, Diddy and his team said that the government sent a new enterprise letter at 11:15 p.m. on Sunday, April 20th. They ain't playing no games. They sent this at 11:15 at night on Easter Sunday. This new enterprise letter has new allegations that span 2 pages, covering multiple victims, additional incidents, and criminal allegations. They are saying it's absolutely impossible to investigate these new criminal allegations in this new enterprise letter because some of the things they do are confer with Diddy about the alleged incidents. They determine what other participants and witnesses, including but not limited to escorts, may have been present at the time of an alleged incident. They interview potential witnesses, which often involve intensive negotiations with witnesses, counsel, and cross-country travel. In this enterprise letter...
Yeah, bro. Shout out to Twan. He said they're surprised. He said they're still surprised by FBI. He said they're still surprised the FBI are hiding things from them. And yeah, bro, I'm trying to tell y'all ninjas, bro, the main thing I want y'all to take away, bro, is learn from this ninja situation, because you may be able to make that kind of money that he made in the future. You got to be mindful, bro, because these girls going to sit there and try and get some money up out of you, bro, and turn around and tell themselves somehow, some way they're entitled to your money. So that's why y'all got to be mindful, bro. But we're going to get up on out of here, man. That's it for today, or today's morning show. It is the afternoon. We're going to try and get back in here at 6 p.m. If not between 6 and 7 p.m., we're going to be in here, okay? Y'all know what it is. And the question, like I said, is, let me go to the poll real quick. Is Diddy mentally fit to stand trial? Vote in the poll and tell us what you think. I think he is. I think he is, but I don't necessarily know, because they're going to do brain scans and all of that. Trust me, they'll do brain scans, and if they can prove something's wrong with his brain and all that, whether it's from decades of drinking or whatever, they will have that on file, and they will be bringing that up in the court. And like I said, we're going to keep you guys updated because, you know, the court trial starts on May 5th, so we'll keep you guys updated on that. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to the resistance. Shout out to the court. Excuse me, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Join up. If you want to be a part of us, join up. Like I said, it starts with an atom. Put an atom in your bio. Put 4TC for the core. 4TC. Shout out to Twan. He said, I'm going to give him a no. He obviously crazy. Yeah, bro. I don't know. Like I said, all the stuff we heard about this is some wild shit. I'm just like, why didn't anybody say anything, bro? Why did nobody say anything? Like, why? How did it take 20 years for one person to come out and now 100 people say stuff? Yeah, shout out to Kanye. Kanye better stay safe, but Yeah, Kanye's next, bro. Yeah, they coming after everybody, bro. And that's the new world we live in, gentlemen. That's why I tell you, don't sit there and try and play with these girls and do certain stuff with these girls and all that, bro. No means no. Because if you think no means yes, they gonna turn around and get you, bro. They gonna get you for some money and make you sit, bro. All you gotta do is piss them off one day and they gonna try and ruin your whole life, bro.